Color neutrality, the ability to be able to start your cross from any color. As a beginner, you would first start with the white cross, and that is the color you would probably continue to solve on and not really experiment with solving crosses on different colors. Color neutrality in theory should be better because there are 6 possible options I can choose from, which may lead to better solutions from one of them. However, these days, color neutrality is basically obsolete, which Tuan Dolman explains in this clip.
A lot of the top cubers aren't really pushing color neutral as much as in the past. And also these Chinese cubers coming up with basically only doing white. It really seems like the meta is shifting a little bit.
As Tuan said in that clip, the meta is switching from color neutrality to probably only dual neutrality. But what really is the difference here, and why are they not choosing to switch over to color neutrality? Well, color neutrality is often known as a hard skill in cubing to learn. So today I'll be comparing my normal times on dual color neutrality and learning color neutrality to be able to see if it earns me faster times and at what cost and is it worth it. So first I'm going to do an average of 100 with my normal dual color neutrality and then learn color neutral and see how it affects my solve time. Thank you to Thibaut Cubes for inspiring this video, and this is my submission to his giveaway. So there's not really much I can say about this average because it's just my normal average, but I did get a really good single in this average for me, off a really good triple X cross scramble, so I'm pretty happy with that. It was a 5.96. So I'm going to be recording all my stats and comparing them. Okay, so here are the stats that we're going to be comparing each average with. So we have best single, best average of 5, best average of 12, average of 100, solves under 9 seconds, which I consider to be good solves, solves above 12 seconds, which I consider to be horrible solves. So that one was a 10.63 average, which is about average for me, and that one is the control average, where I compare my color neutral results to that. Okay, we have just finished doing the dual neutral average, and now I'm going to learn color neutrality. So the way I'm going to do it is I have my CS timer set up like this with the easy cross on, and I'm gonna not do it from green front, white top. Instead, I'm gonna do it from other rotations and then practice the up to wall pairs. So for the first grind montage, I focused on just doing red crosses because I thought it might be easier just to focus on one color at a time here. So next I'm gonna focus on green because red and orange are similar, green and blue are opposites, so it'll be easier once I just do one of each. Okay, so I'm pretty used to red cross now, so I'm gonna do some like one average of 5 where I can only use red cross, and then I'm going to go through that with every single color so I can become familiar. Okay, 16.96 average of 5 for red cross. Now to make this fair, after I go through every single cross color, I want to make sure that I'm somewhat close to my usual average and see how long it takes me to get close to that average and see if it's makes me faster in the long run. So I'm gonna do some more practice. And you know what that means, grind montage number 2. When working through to get color neutral, it actually became a lot harder than I thought to improve from about 15 seconds because I wasn't used to these FTL pairs. So it took me a really long time to get even one good single, which I will show here now. And I just couldn't really adjust to the recognition with all these different colors. And it was a lot harder than I thought, which is why it makes me wonder, would it actually be worth it in the end? First up 10. Here are the 2 hardest things about color neutrality. First is my inspection. Out of habit, I'm always looking at the white and yellow pieces and never looking at the other colors, which makes it so much harder for me because then I need to switch my brain off and tell myself, no, I need to look at red today. And the hardest part is that some F2L pairs have white or yellow in them, and I never solve yellow or white F2L pairs with the edge pieces being like this. So when I see this, I get super confused and just don't know how to do this. Okay, so I think I finally started getting some used to these new cross color startings, and I've been averaging around 12 seconds, which is, it's okay. But now I'm going to do an average of 100 with all cross colors and see if just 5 hours of practice can get me to where I want. So when doing this average of 100, it was actually quite difficult to look at all these different solutions at once. I low-key just went for the first bar I saw connected to the cross thing. I think with more practice you can definitely get more efficient solutions, but for now I don't think that it really works that well if you want a quick improvement, so really be prepared for the long run. I just got some really mediocre times. So I thought that my results might not be good enough for some actual proof if color neutral worth it, so I talked to my friend Sebastian Stone, who has a 4.08 official 3x3 single and a 7.43 average, and he told me that color neutral isn't worth it because you're using all that precious inspection time just looking for a good cross color when you could be just planning a lot on just one cross color that you're focusing on, which is why he's only white only. This is also the reason why a lot of Chinese cubers choose to only be dual neutral so that they can focus on planning a lot on inspection. To summarize up everything that's been said in this video, firstly, color neutrality is quite a hard skill to learn, and I would only recommend it if you're having a hard time finding good cross solutions. However, if you do want to progress further with your look ahead and fluidity, it's important that you predict far into inspection, which color neutrality can hinder because you're spending a lot of that inspection time looking for a good cross color to start on. So I would recommend being dual neutral.